Okay guys, how's it going? This is Drogs from Fully Playing Miniatures, and welcome to my very first solo Let's Play. Um, Today I'm going to be playing Aeons End, second edition. Whoops. Don't mess up my board. What you got right here? Aeons End, second edition. It's a really fun game. Played solo or cooperatively. I'm going to be playing solo, double fisting, both sides. I played this game 3 or 4 times. I picked this one because I played it earlier in the week, so I'm familiar with the rule set, and I didn't want to have to sit down for an hour and relearn any rules before shooting a video. So I'm gonna play a little differently, I think, than most people. The game encourages you to play with certain spell stores to learn. And then as you learn the cards, to kind of create your own so that you have proper combos and a good balance in the economy. I'm going to play with, but instead of doing that, I'm going to play with the randomizer cards. Partially because I don't really know this game very well. I'm not an expert at it. This is going to make the game harder for me, but it's also going to force me to learn how to use every card. And I will be discovering kind of their strengths and weaknesses as I go. I'm the kind of player that I find a good combo that I like, and I just use that. So I would tend to use a sip, even if I'm losing a game, I would probably replay with the same exact set of store cards or shop cards. Sorry. Maybe changing like one out and just try it again and figure I had bad luck or something. But this game isn't really luck based for the most part, so I thought I'd add a little randomness to it and just kind of see how it goes. For each of these videos, I'm also going to be switching up the heroes. So as I go through the 4 bosses, I will be trying out all 8 of the seers or mages that come in the pack. That whining is my dog, Raina. She's being a little temper tantrum girl today. She's being a little temperamental. So just ignore her. Because I know I will. All right. So these are the gem cards. Let's start with these. Give them a little shuffle. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to reorganize them by price, or I will go crazy. So we're getting Jade. Costs 2 points. By the way, I'm also not going to be doing a full teach of the rules on this game. I'm going to assume that you know the basic rules, the basic setup. I'll go through some things here and there, but this is not a tutorial like learn how to play. Okay, so for the shop, I got Jade. Cost 2, gain 2. Mana, I guess. I don't know what it's actually called in the book. Vristwood Amber costs 3, gain 2, but you may also place this on top of your deck. I thought that's how all of them worked. So I've been playing wrong. Clouded Sapphire costs 6, gain 3. Anytime you use this, is first time that turn, your ally gains a charge. Super good. Okay, so those are going to be my gems. Here I have my relics. I get 2 of these. And I'm going to have to look in the rule book really quick about that, because I think I played that wrong last time. I am shuffling these off camera. Yep, I was playing that wrong. So when you gain a card, it is played on. It is from the shop is placed on top of your discard pile, so you don't get it for a while. I was putting them right on top of my deck. No wonder I had an easy time last time. Whoopsie. Oh well. So that's good. That'll make this more of a challenge. I have played and beaten Rageborne twice. And then I played, I think, the second tier monster once and lost. And then a focusing orb. Oh, 2 and 4. Okay. So flexing dagger, 2 cost. Next time you focus or open a breach this turn, it costs 3 less power. Or destroy this card, deal 1 damage. So that's super useful, helping you open up your breaches cheap. And then 4 cost focusing orb. Focus any player's breach or destroy this and restore 3 life to Greyfold. So that's actually a really good combination. I've got really lucky so far because I got a 2 cost, a 3, a 6, 2, and a 4. So that's going to make shopping very easy. The last time I tried this, the first time I tried this with the randomizers, basically all my cards were either a 3 or a 6 in cost. And a lot of the times I ended up with like 4 mana or 4 power. And I just didn't have anything to do with the excess. It wasn't enough to add a charge onto their special ability, and you know, it was just a lot of wasted power in that game. But that's part of the luck of the randomizers. Okay, I have 4 spells. Okay, I have 1 in order. Okay, so 4 Lava Tendril. When prepped at the end of your casting phase, deal 1 damage. Cast, deal 3 damage. So you can leave it prepped to do 1 damage without casting it. That's interesting. Essence Theft, 5, deal 3 damage. You may discard a card in your hand. If you do, any player gains 1 life. That's super useful. It's great for Fedraxia, I believe her name is. Another 5 cost, Oblivion Swell. While prepped once per turn during your main phase, you may gain 1 power. So this is another one that lets you just let it sit in your breaches. Cast, deal 2 damage. You may discard a gem. If you do deal additional damage equal to its cost. Super useful. So you can combo this with the Clouded Sapphire to do 8 damage in a single cast. That's super good. And then 6 cost, Planar Insight. Cast, deal 2 damage. Deal 1 additional damage for each of your open breaches. This is a sweet shop. Like, I couldn't have done, maybe swapping out the Riftwood Amber for something else, but I got a great low-cost gem. I got a great high-cost gem. I have a mid-cost one. It's not the best, but it still gives you a head start. Both of these help you open breaches faster. Both of these give you bonuses for being in open breaches. And this one also gains a bonus. All 3 of these get bonuses for being prepped in them. This gets a bonus for having them. And then this one allows you to gain 1 life. The only problem I see with this shop is I don't have any way to destroy cards, which that's not great. I do like to destroy the starter cards as soon as possible because they just get in the way. They just waste. You know, every time they come up, it basically wastes 2 turns. It wastes your whole round. So I'm just going to let my dogs out real quick since they keep begging. You guys want to go outside? Go. Go. All right, and I will get these cards out. Since those are just the randomizer cards, I still got to actually put the real ones down. I cannot figure out why my dogs keep asking to go outside. It is 0 degrees out there. I certainly don't want to go outside. So something like this, Diamond Cluster, would probably have been a better option than the Bristwood Amber. But, you know, this is why I'm doing this, because it makes you try out combinations that I would never try out on my own. I would never try out these. But even now, seeing, like, when I read Lava Tender, I'm like, I don't see the point of that. But trying them out together, you know, maybe I'm going to discover some combinations, some interactions that are more powerful than I expect them to be. And I will really like them. So, we'll see. Same thing with the heroes. I wouldn't normally, like, I would probably never pick her because she loses the first breach. No. Okay. So those are the gems. Relics. Sorry, I hit the camera there. Normally I would have these set up, but I wanted to show you guys that I'm not picking these on my own and just pretending to use randomizers like I am. You know, some people might, you know, just, even if I was dealing them out, I could see why a skeptical person might think that I was just pre-stacking the randomizer deck with, like, oh, these are the 9 cards that are on top, here you go, and pretending to be playing random, because it is I think going, maybe not in this game, but going forward it's going to be a significant challenge sometimes. And oh no, I do it this one. This one. Sorry, what's in wrong? There you go. This one. Oh, essence left. Went right past it. I love the artwork on these cards, by the way. I think they're so cool. I'm very excited to get into some of the expansions. So after my plan is go through all 4 bosses with 4 different setups for heroes using the randomizer cards. After that, once I beat all of them, it might take me a few tries. I'm going to go back through and play them on the increased difficulty rules. Again, using the randomizer cards, but I might get a little bit more specific about, like, which heroes I choose. Since I will have used them all at that point, I'll try to look for a good combination. And then once I've defeated that, I did manage to pick up this expansion for the Nameless, which has, I believe, 2 bosses and 2 more mages, and a few and some spells and stuff. Yeah, it's freezing. Yeah, absolutely frozen up there. All right, let's get you guys a treat for being good babies. Yeah, you wanted to know all by yourself? Yeah. All right, let's give you some duck jerky. Yeah, my dogs are basically my only family right now. Other than my parents are 2,000 miles away. So they're spoiled absolutely rotten. All right, so got everything set up. Here are breaches. Here is our opponent, Rageborne. When Rageborne strikes, resolve Oh, yeah, no, you don't need to know. Let's read the fluff, though. This war has waged for aeons now, so long that it is all we know. Our children learn to hold a blade soon after their first words are uttered. With each generation, the joy in their faces and voices diminishes. Every instinct sharpened to a single word, survive. Malistar believes the Nameless waited for us to become worthy foes before sending their champion, the one we call Rageborne. It is their executioner, here to quicken Gravehold's end. Never have I seen such anger, all of it reflected in the dead eyes of the rabid beasts it commands. When the breaches open, the beggars in Chasm Walk shout above the city bells, the end is near, the end is near. And in my hollow heart, I know the truth of it. The end was here since first the Nameless came. We have only prolonged it. So what makes this guy special is he gets a secondary deck called a strike deck, that every time he acquires 4 Fury tokens, he gets to play an additional card that's usually an attack that damages either the players or Gravehold directly. And there's lots of ways for him to get extra Fury tokens and stuff. So that's his special ability. He's pretty easy, I would say. On regular, increased difficulty, I think he's going to be very difficult. But basically the premise of this game is interdimensional portal opens, bunch of big bad nasties start coming through and basically start eating up the whole planet, killing everybody and everything. But because that breach happened into the other world, magic becomes a thing. So humans get at least a little bit of a means of fighting back. And then we're kind of in like a Matrix style situation where basically the whole world's conquered except for one city where everyone lives and all of humanity's power is left. And it's where all the mages are. I'm going to actually push these out a little bit because that's going to get in the way of my breaches. I didn't realize those were that close. So essentially what happens is you are a mage that is defending the city. And this guy has now shown up to the city gates, and you're either going to kill him or he's going to knock down the city gates and genocide what is left of humanity. And then all humanity is gone if you lose. And there's just dozens of these different monsters. So kind of a losing battle for sure. All right, so the mages I am using for this game, I'm going to use Zaxos. He's pretty cool. I like the way he looks anyway. His special ability, allies collectively gain 4 charges, reveal the turn order deck, and return the revealed cards in any order. So he allows you to reorganize the turn order for that round, which is really cool. And basically insta-charge either your ally's ability or your ability, because you only need 5, and he allows 4. He could even basically recharge himself if he wanted to, although that wouldn't be useful in the same round. And, does he have flavor text? Let's see. On the back, maybe. Yeah, okay, I'll read it. The others, they do not understand. For them, struggle is a virtue acknowledged by less cruel gods than these. They ignore the dark around them and seek a world whose name they cannot remember. But I have discerned our road to salvation, fractured and perilous, straight through the heart of the void. We may learn much from these creatures, these divinities, though dark they may be. Theirs is the power to cull worlds, to tear wide the membrane of the universe, to traverse the very emptiness that lay between. It is not within reason to presume they may also have some means to shape worlds as well as destroy them. Perhaps they can whisper into existence more than their fell armies and beasts. The tools they wield are just that, tools. Who is to say we cannot use a tool for a better end? Yet these words alone are enough to brand a mage heretic. It is for this reason I stifle them, though these thoughts echo behind my silence in a way that seems wisdom. For now I will study our foes closely, and in doing so I shall learn how to lift from us from this torment, no matter what means I must use. So that's pretty cool. He's kind of like a mad, almost like a dark scientist type, where he wants to study and learn from the monsters, see how he can use that to help humanity, even though it's forbidden. So that's kind of cool. And then this is Phadraxia. Her special ability, prevent any damage that the player or Gravehold would suffer during this turn. So this is one of the reasons I paired them together. Normally I would probably give her... No, she's fine. Is so that he can reorganize the turn order, and then she can negate all damage on a specific turn. So you could potentially be in a situation late game where you use her special ability on the Rageborne's first turn to negate all damage. Then you use his special ability to take his second turn, put it in the back, put her in front of it for her second turn in front of Rageborne's second turn, and you've then given her 4-point charge so that she can then do it again. And you can negate 2 full rounds of damage. That's what I'm anticipating. Probably only be able to pull that off once, but if that could absolutely be a game winner. Oh, and let's go through her flavor text. Time is a web, like the ones the howling spinners weave in the deeps. Each strand reaches backward and forward at once. What was, what is, what will be, there is no difference in the web. Silk is silk, time is time. I spoke these sister words before they were taught to me. The sister words before they were taught to me. Before I could walk, but after the world was gone. Brahma says that is because the race of the sisters encircled me beyond the veil, but she understands not. There is no host of sister ghosts guiding my path. There is no chorus of voices within me, only my own. I merely see the web and all trapped in it. I look at the survivors of this city, this beautiful and stark place hidden in the deep shadows, and in the web I behold Gravehold, as it was and as it will be. I peel aside the door of a breach, and in the web a breach widens, much like an eye struggling against the dark. I am born and I die. The nameless are much the same. Time is a web, no different, no more. All right, cool. So a seer. Yeah, that makes sense. So basically your mages, these breaches are like, if you ever watch anime or something, or a video game, it's the little magic portal that appears and then ice blast shoots out, or fireball. So you're kind of conjuring up your portals to be able to attack back. Okay. So we are going to start playing. That's most of the basics. Boss is 70 life. Both players each have 10 life. Gravehold has 30 life. So you start at a disadvantage in terms of hit points for sure. Okay. First turn goes to Zaxos. All right, so he has Flare. Cast, reveal the top card of your turn order deck, and then place it back on the top. And if you reveal a player turn card, deal 3 damage, otherwise deal 1 when you cast. So it's a 1 damage. It's basically an improved spark. So I'm going to prep that to an open breach, and then I have 4 crystals, which I'm going to use to buy 2 jades. Right there. And then draw his next 5 cards, which is going to be a spark and 4 crystals. Oh, and he goes again. So he's going to cast Flare, which reveals the next card to 2. That's good. So he does 3 damage. Went the wrong direction. And that goes there. And then he's going to prep his spark. And then I get 4 again. I'm going to get another Jade, as well as a Flexing Dagger. Which then, so here, 2, 3, 4, 5, comes his deck, and then that it will be his new hand. Jade and 4 crystals going forward. Next turn, Phadraxia. She's going to prep Spark to her Open Breach, and then, oh, she does have a way to destroy cards for 1 damage. That's interesting. I'm probably not going to do that though. Huh. So I'm going to pay 4. Yeah, I'm going to give her 2 Jades too. I'll just buy these up quick. There's a lot of good options. All right, and then we get the first Nemesis turn. Oh, and she draws these for the next turn. First card. Bleed Static. Power 3. The player with the most prep spells suffer 2 damage for each of their prep spells. So that is 3 power, which means you need to wait 3 more turns, essentially, before it activates. Okay, and that's it for the Nemesis turn. Nemesis turns again. So first thing, we remove 1 power token. Then we draw another card. Unrelenting Ire. Unleash. So he gets a second Fury token. If there are 2 Nemesis turn order cards in the turn order discard pile, which there are, unleash 2 additional times. Okay. So that actually brings him up to 4 right there. So that becomes a discarded card. And he's going to activate his strike deck. The players collectively discard the 2 most expensive prep spells. So both Sparks get discarded. And then he loses 3 Fury tokens for casting the strike. And then she goes for Draxia's second turn. She's going to prep Spark, and she's got 4 crystals. I'm going to take a Focusing Orb. And then flip over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that was the end of the first round. Not bad. Nothing bad really happened. This is going to go off in this round, though. On the Rageborne second turn. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, Phadraxia goes again. So she basically just has gems. But now she has 6. So I'm going to buy Clouded Sapphire. Our new hand. Oh. Did I prep that? Yeah, whatever. I missed. Okay. Nemesis. So remove the power token. New card. Unleash. Gravehold suffers 3 damage. Second Unleash token. And Gravehold. So 27 life. Luckily, there's a way to restore life to Gravehold. Okay. 1. Sweet. Zaxos. He doesn't have any spells, but he has 6 available gems. Yeah, I'm going to get my Cloud Sapphire too. It's such a good thing to get early too. Start building up those charges. Okay. I love the artwork on these cards. You know, progressing from this crystal to a jade to a sapphire feels really good. Oh, I didn't get that one in time. So, bleed static's going to go off. So that means, oh no, she doesn't lose that, but she takes 2 damage for Draxia for having that spell. It's okay. And there's somebody drove by the house. And then next turn. Okay, so she's going to cast her Spark, dropping 66. She's going to prep another Spark, and she's got 5 power. All right? Yeah, 5. So with 5 power, Oblivion Swell. Oh, my first attack spell. That's a good one for her, I think. Okay. And then draw 5. First 2. Focusing Orb, Crystal. And then another crystal, another crystal, another crystal. Last turn. Zaxos. Prep Flare. And then he has 5. I'm going to get a Verswood Amber and a Flexing Dagger. It takes a little while to start getting your engine going, but see, now you can see that hands are starting to get a little interesting. So that is the end of the second round. Still not bad. Gravehold took 3 damage, but they each have a Clouded Sapphire, they each have a couple Jades, each have a couple Relics, and they each have 1 attack spell now in their deck. So I'm happy. And we're going to start with Phaedraxia. She's going to cast Spark, dealing 1 damage. Focus any player's breach. So she's going to focus her 4th breach. She doesn't have anything to prep to it, but hey, it's almost open. And then she's got 4 to spend. I'll take another Lava Tendril. Oh yeah, see what I mean? Cloud Sapphire, 2 Jades. Nice. Oh, and she goes again. Okay. So we're going to prep the Spark. Up here. And then I don't want to use that ability yet. So Sapphire, if this is the first time you've played Clouded Sapphire this turn, ally gains 1 charge. It also gives me 3 power. So I have 3, 4, 6, 8 power from this. So let's throw that down. That order. Zaxos gains a charge for using the Sapphire. And I have 8 to spend. Man, options. I'm going to get Clouded Sapphire and a Flexing Dagger. I really like this shop. I just wish I had a way to destroy cards. If I could get rid of some of these starter cards. Maybe get rid of the Focusing Orb. Focusing Orb and Flexing Dagger are basically the same thing. Alright, so that's going to be my next turn. Not a great setup, actually. Alright. Zaxos. He is going to cast Flare. Reveal the top card. It's his. So that means Flare does 3 damage. Dropping into 62. Rageborne 62. I am then going to prep Spark. Flexing Dagger to use free focus. It removes 3 power from a focus. I'm going to focus all 3 once. And then I have 5 power, with which I will buy Essence Stuffed. That's what I mean. It's just kind of, it's fine, but it just kind of wastes your turn. Okay, Zaxos goes again. It's 4 power from crystals, 3 from that, which gives me 7, which is nice. So I'll do 7, and she gains her charge. So with 7, I'm going to want to buy another Essence Theft and a Jade. Put the Jade first. I think purple goes well with him too. It's funny, they have, most of these cards have specific wizards on them. So like this is Brahma. This is one of the other wizards. She's right here too. I don't see... Oh yeah, there he is. Yeah, that's him. On the Oblivion spell card. So that's kind of cool. You know, they're kind of giving you... yeah, recommendations, I guess, on cards to use for certain characters. Yeah. That's it. So Nemesis, I think all my characters want, so he's going to go twice. Cleave, Rageborne strikes. Strike deck. Player with the most open breaches suffers 3 damage. They both have 1. So I'm just going to have him take it because she's already taking damage. So he's down to 7 life. He goes again. All right, we got a creature. Provoker. 5 life. So he doesn't activate this turn, but next turn he will. At the beginning of the round. And he will do 2 damage to Gravehold. Alright. So my goal on this next round is going to be probably to open a breach for each of these characters. So I can start prepping 2 spells. Because that's gonna waste. Alright. Who's going first? Zaxos. I will cast a Spark. Provoker, move 1 of his points. And what do I got here? Okay. Flexing Dagger. I will again focus level 3. And now I have 5 to open. I'll buy. Oh, I'll buy a Blue Soul. Why not? He's on it. Okay. I'm generally like to keep my cards kind of separate. So that's the Verse with Emperor. See, now that is my first hand of the game. Oh, I'm off camera. So that is the first hand of the game that doesn't have a starter card in it. So that's nice. 2. Okay. Phaedraxia. She's going to cast her Prep Spark, doing 1 damage to the Provoker. I think moves around. I got fat fingers. I can't help it. All right. She's going to prep Oblivion Swell. Man, 3 is not enough to do anything with the Spark. I don't think you can discard either. Was this a gem? Okay. So I'll pay 3 to focus her level 3 or 3rd breach and prep the Spark in there. Okay. That'll work. Focusing Orb, Crystal, 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 Crystal. Nemesis. First Provoker attacks. There are 2 Fury tokens. Gravehold takes 2 damage. Then they draw a card. Oh, another mob. Banesire. Persistent Unleash. So it's actually a really good combination for him. So every turn now, he's going to add an Unleash token, and he's going to do damage based on the number of Unleash tokens. So I definitely want to get rid of those guys. And here we go. So he's older. I think the older card always goes first. That's my understanding. So Gravehold, no, not him. Gravehold's going to take 2 damage. And then he unleashes, adds a token. Okay. Phaedraxia. So I can leave it. Oh, I could have used it last time. Interesting. So I don't think I can use the power and cast it. Casting's first, right? Yeah. But after I prepped it, I could have used it last time. It's fine. Doesn't matter. Okay. I will cast both of them, which I could. I'm not going to sacrifice any cards for it. I will cast both. That's going to do 3 damage, and it's going to kill the Provoker. All right. Then I'm going to use Focus Orb, which is going to open her level 4 breach. Phaedraxia's level 4 breach. And then I have 4 available. By a Lava Tendril. And Zaxos. So, Prep Flare. use Flexing Dagger to focus his level 3. And then I have 6 power, which I'll use for a Sapphire. I love gems. I just can't help it. I probably buy them too much. I wait a little bit too long to start really getting into spells. Start really doing damage. I've done 13, so it's not awful. But I love having those charges. I want to get some of those up too. It's not a bad hand. Oh, what's her hand? Oh, I didn't realize you guys can't see these. Okay, so he now has Essence Theft, Cloud Sapphire, and 3 crystals for his next hand. And for Diraxia has Tourmaline Shard, Lava Tendril, 2 Jades, and a Clouded Sapphire. So those are both pretty strong hands. Okay, for Diraxia first. We're going to prep Lava Tendril. Here. So that's actually, so it's already prepped. So that ends my cast. Oh, no. Casting. Okay. So I skipped casting phase. I'm already in the main phase. So that would be next turn. Okay. That's fine. So the reason I put it in the first spot and not the fourth is because while it gets the +1 damage on the cast, it doesn't get the +1 damage on leaving it prepped. So I'm probably just going to leave that prep to just do 1 damage every turn for a little while. Okay. I'm still not going to use that just because I don't have any way to heal at the moment. Other than Essence Theft. And that's not a really reliable way to heal. So I don't know if I want to use that to get rid of crystals. I don't know if it's worth it. So Clouded Sapphire, 2 Jades, that's 7, 8. Plus a charge for Zaxos. So for 8... I get Planner Insight and the last Jade. And she's going to start with a Clouded Sapphire, Flexing Dagger. A Spark, Crystal. No, Crystal. All right, next turn. Okay. Zaxos. He's got 3 crystals, Cloud Sapphire, Essence Theft. So first I'm going to cast Flare, which reveals the top card. It is a 1, so Flare does 3 damage. I'm going to target the Banesire for 3 damage. Bringing him into striking distance. I am going to prep Essence Theft. And then with these crystals, those worth 6 power, plus giving a charge to Diraxia. I'm just going to take another Cloud Sapphire. I love those things. I love the free charges. It's essentially worth 5 power in a single card. As long as you use your special abilities. And his next hand, he's going to have Essence Theft, Spark, Jade, and 2 crystals. Just not perfect. Not great. Okay. And it is his turn next. So I'm going to cast Essence Theft, which is going to destroy Banesire. Now, I can't really do... I'm going to prep Essence Theft again. Yeah, okay. Alright. So part of the casting of Essence Theft, I'm going to discard Crystal. He doesn't do that. To restore 1 life. I'm going to prep Essence Theft. Then I'm going to pay 3 to open. Have a breach. I'm going to prep Spark. There. So, not bad. I got both of my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got both of the second breaches open like I wanted to. And his next hand is going to get a Flexing Dagger, 3 crystals, and a jade. So. For Draxia. So she has... I'm going to choose not to cast Lava Tundra. And that does 1 damage instead of 3. And then I'm going to use Flexing Dagger, which is going to focus her 3rd breach. I'm going to prep Spark to a 4th breach. And then with the Sapphire, 2 crystals, that's worth 5 points for 5 power, plus charge for Zaxos. So with 5, Essence Theft. Essence Theft is my only healing, so I need it for both of them. Okay. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Her new hand is going to be 2 crystals, Focusing Orb, Spark, and Oblivion Swell. Which is okay. And these are probably both Nemesis. Yeah. So there's no cards active. Unleash twice. Any player suffers 2 damage. So that gives him 5 tokens. I'm going to have Zaxos take the 2 damage. And then, because he has 5 tokens, he's going to spend 3 for a strike. The player with the lowest life suffers 2 damage. That is also Zaxos. So he is now down to 4 life. So when you hit, if you haven't played this game before, when you hit 0 life, you don't die. It's basically a massive debuff where I think one of your breaches gets destroyed, and then all damage to Greyfold doubles, essentially. I think that's how it works. There might be something else in there. Okay. Nemesis 2. And we get a rank 2. So we're in the rank 2 now for Rageborne's attacks. We were in rank 1. So he does level up from 1 to 2 to 3. If he gets all the way to the end, you're dead, basically. I think you just lose, actually, if you run out of cards. So this is a new creature. She has 9 life, and her ability is every turn, Greyfold suffers 3 damage or unleashes twice. Yeah, it's 2 rage tokens. So that's not great. Takes a decent amount of damage. I at least have some spells now that I can try to take care of her. And that's the end of that round. So I don't think I did any damage. Maybe one from the Lava Tundra. That was really it that round, but it's an engine builder, guys. I'm working my way up. Working my way up to it. I'm at least keeping pace well enough to handle the threats. Gravehold still has 23 life. He's got 4. Phydraxia's got 8. They both have a way to heal now, even if it's just a point or two. So we should be okay. Okay. So Phydraxia's turn. So I'm going to cast the Spark, which gets a bonus damage. So that's going to deal 2 damage to Scorn over here, because I don't like those abilities. I'm going to leave the Lava Tendril in for now, but that's going to still do 1 damage. That's into my casting phase. Oh, did I just... Oh, that's his deck. I got it. This is why you don't play with multiple characters, I guess. All right. So she has 2 crystals, focusing orb. So use the focusing orb. It's going to open 3. So she's got all 3 of her breaches open now, which is sweet. And she's going to prep both Spark and Oblivion Swell. And she's only got 2 left, but that's still enough to buy a Flexing Dagger. So I could do this or a charge token. I'm actually going to put that back and get a charge token. Because all I can do is 1 damage with it. It doesn't let me focus breaches anymore. Yeah, I don't want that card anymore. Okay. On her. It's fine on him. 2, 3, 4, 5. And her next hand is going to have Sapphire, Lava Tendril, and 3 crystals. So I'll prep a second Lava Tendril. Okay. Nemesis is going to go first. So first it's going to be Scorn. I'm going to take the 3 damage for now. I'd rather do that than take a strike, I think. And then draw a card. Oof. Okay. Power 2. Unleash 4 times. To discard, pay 4 charges. In 2 turns. So that won't be this round, but it will be on his first turn next round. All right, and a new card. This is also power 2. So these are like charge up attacks, you know. So this is where you can get into trouble. Oh, and I forgot. Yeah, I'll take the 3 damage again. Damn. Okay. The reason I'm willing to take the damage right now is because focusing orbs do allow me to heal. Gravehold. So this is where you can get into trouble, where you get a creature out with an ability. And then this can activate, and this can activate basically at the same time. Everything causing unleash and causing strikes, which cause other things. And you can end up with a really bad combo. It's going to mess you up. All right, so this one costs 7 power to discard, which is pretty hard to do. I only had that a couple times. When it activates, it's going to unleash. Any player suffers 1 damage. And that player will also suffer an additional damage for every Fury token Rageborne has. That's interesting, because that could be... Man, that could be like 3 damage, or it could be like 7. So we'll see how that plays out. Now, the good news is I can kill this. I can discard that with charges. I can discard that with power. So there is a way to stop all of this. And you get those big combos. That's what she's for. Okay. So Zaxos' turn. Flexing Dagger. Oh, sorry. Spells first. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to cast Essence Theft and Spark, both to her. It's going to do 5 damage. Spark gets the +1. And then I'm going to discard 1 crystal, giving him 1 hit point back. So now, Flexing Dagger. And 4. Yeah, alright. So that's going to focus that breach. I'll buy a focusing orb. See how thick this is? That's my problem. I want to get rid of 9 of those starting cards, which buys him a full round. You know, every time it comes around, it's a full round you end up wasting. It's so useful to destroy cards. And I don't really have any way to do it, I don't think. Maybe her special ability on her starter card. I think it might have been it. Alright, so his next hand is going to have Oblivion Spell, Flexing Dagger, Verswood Ember, and 2 Jades. So that's a pretty good hand. Okay, so we're going to go with Draxia, who has 3 crystals, Lava Tendril, and a Cloud Sapphire. Well, she's going to cast a Spark. That's going to kill Scorn. So that gets rid of 1 problem. Now, let's see here. Okay, I can use this to get extra power, and that's to do an extra point of damage. I can also use that, sacrifice my Sapphire to do 8 damage if I wanted to, which would be nice. And I currently have 6. No, I'm not going to do that because I have 7 power. Okay, so I'm going to leave both these prepped. Not going to cast either. And now I'm going to prep Lava Tendril. This one already being prepped is going to do 1 damage. Bring it to the 60. This one is going to give me 1 power. So I'm going to use my Clouded Sapphire for 3. My 3 crystals, plus the 1 from Oblivion Swell gives me 7, which I'm going to use to discard Invoke Carnage. Because I can't handle that right now. That would really screw me up. And, hey, yeah, she's in good shape. And she can just leave those up and then 2, 3, 4, 5. So her next hand, 3 Jades, a Planar Insight, and a Tourmaline Shard. Yeah, okay. I'm going to destroy a card for 1 life. That's what it is. I'm about to start using that. Is that any player? Yeah, okay. It's got to be a card in their hand, though. Should have been using that earlier. Okay. And, okay, Zaxos. So he has nothing prepped. He is going to prep Oblivion Swell. He's going to use Flexing Dagger to focus that breach. And he now has, this is 6 power. Buy Sapphire. I can't help it. I got a problem. I love Sapphires. It's probably my favorite card in the game right now. And his next hand, he's got 2 Sapphires. That I don't like. In the same time. A Flare, 2 crystals. I don't like them that close together. So that was probably a mistake. But that's the end of that round. So he's got 5 life. She's still got 8. Rageborne's at 60, so he only took 1 damage. He only took 1 damage the whole round. I must have did something wrong. Because I'm pretty sure I left that prep the whole time. Oh no, 1 attacked the creature. That's what I was. Okay. But he's going to unleash 4 times on his next turn. So hopefully this would be a good time to like use his ability. Kind of reorder that deck. So hopefully I get lucky and doesn't start off with a Rageborne. Okay, let's see what happens. All right, so interesting. Yeah, he does. Okay. Yeah. All right. All right. I see what I mean. Okay. I'm going to cast Oblivion Swell, which deals 2 damage plus 1 from the breach, and I'm going to sacrifice a Jade with it so that it does 5 damage. I think that has to go that way. I'm not really sure how the discard order thing works, how much control you have over that. I really should look into that because it's a big deal. So 5 damage to the Rageborne. It's gonna prep. Oh, and then another 2 from the 2 lava tendrils. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, 2. So 7 damage that turn. And then I still have 5 available with the Tourmaline Shard. I am going to use the special ability on the Tourmaline Shard this time. So Zaxos is going to pay 1 life. And it destroys Crystal. Sounds silly, I know. But, I mean, it's awesome. you want to... you want to start with 5, even if you destroy cards. Okay. And she has 5. And she's going to buy an Essence Stuffed. Right? Yeah. Help her get some life back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for Draxia's next hand, it's going to have an Essence Theft, 2 crystals, Clouded Sapphire, and a Flexing Dagger. Decent. And she goes again. Okay. She's going to cast Planar Insight. Deals 2 damage, plus 1 additional damage for each of your open breaches. So she gets 2, plus 1 from the breach itself. That brings it to 3, plus an additional 3. So that's 6 damage, bringing him down to 40, 47. See how that works? Boom, 13 damage in 2 turns. Single round from 1 character. I'm going to leave both the tendrils up there. And that's going to do an additional 2 damage. And then prep Essence Theft. And if I wanted to cast all 3, that's 3 damage, that's 4 damage, that's 4 damage. So that would be another 11. Already ready to go. Flexing Dagger, I can't do anything with this anymore because it doesn't work for your allies. So I'm going to destroy it for an additional 1 damage. And now I have Sapphire, 2 crystals, that's still 5. And it gives Zaxos a charge, so his special ability is almost ready. And with that 5, Take the last essence left, I guess. You know, I'll take a Lava Tendril. No. I'll take the Amber, which lets you put it on top of your deck and charge. I want our special ability up. Oh, I guess I can cancel that. Yeah, doing that. I'm going to spend all 4. Cancel Blood Cry. I forgot about that. Okay. Level 2 creature. Cauterizer. When damage is dealt to this minion, reduce that damage to 1. He's got 3 life, so it takes 3 attacks to kill him. And every turn, any player suffers damage equal to this minion's current life. So 3 damage to 1. So that would take down your players pretty quick. So I don't want that. So 1. So I'll cast Blue Veins. Well, do 1 damage to the creature. I will then prep the Flare. And then with 2 Clouded Sapphires, which is a little bit of a waste, and a Crystal, cast them at 7, and 1 charge for Phydraxia. So for 7, what makes sense? Take a Focusing Orb and Vrisswood Amber. I need to get his breaches open before I start messing around with Planar Insights. Okay. Not a terrible hand. 2 crystals, sapphire, amber, and essence left. Okay. Nemesis. Cauterizer is going to activate. Going to do 2 damage. I'm going to have Phydraxia take that. Then draws a card. I've actually gotten really lucky. Rageborne has not done all that much so far. All right. I've been able to counter basically everything he's pulled. Dispel. Unleash twice. That's going to cause a new strike. The player with the most prep spells discards their most expensive prep spell. So that discards Essence Theft. And because we know for Fury tokens, spends 3, get a strike card. Any player suffers 4 damage. Yikes. Since that's going to kill him, I'll have her take. So he's down to 4 life. She's down to 2. Oh, I didn't have cards for her. So her next turn, she's got 2 crystals, Focusing Orb, Spark. Not a deal. Okay. And so next turn is Zoxos. Prep Flare. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to reshuffle that for that. Only does 1 damage anyway. Prep Essence Theft. So that's worth 7 power, plus a charge for her. I want these because bought the Focusing Orb and Vrisswood Amber. I want the Focusing Orbs to make sure he opens all his breaches, and then I'm just going to cancel them all and heal this back up. So I want to buy all the ones in the shop. So his next hand's going to have Spark, Essence Stuff, Crystal, Jade, First Wave. Which is fine. So started out really, really strong. She did a ton of damage to Rageborne, which is great. He kind of came back though, like 4 life, 2 life. That's not good. They could easily have the very next, and he's going to do 1 damage on his next turn automatically. So they're both at risk of dying if I don't get some healing in there pretty soon. So I'm hoping to get her special ability up. I would like to get both of them up this round if possible. Alright, we're going to start with Phadraxia. So you got 2 Lava Tendrils. Prepped. Alright, she's gonna leave them both prepped. She's gonna prep that. One is gonna do 1 damage to Cauterizer, killing him. So that's good. So he's gone. And the other one is gonna damage Rageborne, bringing him to 33. 43. Which preps Spark. Focusing Orb. You can focus any player's breach. So focus. And then she has 4 power, which to buy another Lava Tendril. So the idea there is I'll probably just keep these going, but as I get new Lava Tendrils in my hand, I'll cast them for the additional damage. And then still be able to keep them up. Alright, so basically start her hand with a Sapphire for our next turn. Next turn, Zaxos. So he has Essence Theft. So he's going to cast. Gets +1 from the breach, dealing 4 damage. And he's going to discard a crystal to gain 1 life. And that's 4 damage. Bring him down to 39. Now I'm going to prep Essence Theft and Spark. And 4 is his power, which I'm going to use Focusing Orb. I want to heal that back up. 2, 3, 4, 5. And his cards for his next round, or next turn, 3 crystals, Jade and Flexing. You see how often these crystals pop up? They're just, it's like every turn they're in there. So that's why the destroying cards are just so useful by the late game. Because if you get to this point and you can eliminate all your starting cards, except for their unique spell one, man, is it just so much easier when you only have upgrade cards. Just makes all the difference in the world. Nemesis. There's nothing out at the moment. So Pulverizing Ray, power 1. Gravehold suffers 18 damage. Holy crap. The players may collectively discard up to 6 gems. For each gem discarded this way, prevent 3 of that damage. Wow. And that activates on its next turn, which is now. Okay. Well, definitely. Let's see how many crystals we got. Yeah, we got 3 over here. We have 3 over here. Yay. So that prevents all of that damage. Thank God. That would have literally lost me the game if I couldn't prevent any of that. That's still a power 2 card? Wow. Obviously, you're usually going to have crystals in your hand. But even though I didn't take any damage, my hand is now 2 cards for each player. So, kind of screwed me up. Oh, and I haven't drawn his card yet. And now he gets Venomite. So 9 life. Player with the lowest life suffers 2 damage, so that will kill her. Or any player discards a prep spell that costs 3 or more. Man. So it's going to get rid of my lava tendrils. Prevent me from doing damage or kill her. Great. So. Okay. So Zaxos' turn. Only has 2 cards. Wow. So I can't. I'm going to cast Essence Theft and Spark both on Venomite. This is going to do 3 damage. I don't have a card to discard for it. Well, no, I don't. So I don't have a card to discard for it, unfortunately. Spark is only going to do 1 damage, but this is going to do 4. So that's 5 damage to the Venomite. I'm then going to use Flexing Dagger to open my second breach. So he now has 3 little magical wave areas. And I'm going to use my Jade, which I could have technically sacrificed 1 life, but I'm going to use it to get his ability going. So in the next round, I'm going to use it, fully charge her. And I think next turn, next round, we're probably going to see level 3 cards from the Rageborne. So I don't really want to deal with that. It's 2. Oh, and then his cards, he's getting Focusing Orb, Flexing Dagger, Jade, Pursuit Amber. Alright, now her turn. She's going to cast a Spark for 2 damage. And since I'd have to get rid of one of them anyway, I'm going to cast Lava Tendril for 3 damage to get rid of this guy. He scares me. Alright. I'm going to leave the other Lava Tendril up there to do 1 damage. Oh, I guess I could have left them both. Crap. Oh well. Prep Spark. And then Cloud Sapphire is worth 3. Plus gives him a charge, which he's maxed out. So the only thing I can do with that is buy Versewood. Or I guess I could give her a charge, but that's fine. So her next 5 are going to be the Versewood Amber, Brilliant Swell, Jade. Okay. That's the end of that round. Still holding in there. Doing okay. My decks are starting to get real clunky. They're just too big. I mean, I want to destroy more cards. Even if it's just destroying the Focusing Orbs and Flexing Daggers. At least those are self-destroying ones. Yep, I was correct. It's a level 3 card. First one. Sunder. Gravehold suffers 4 damage, and the player with the lowest life suffers 4 damage. So that'll kill her. Or shuffle all the Nemesis turn order cards into the turn card deck. So I'll do that. Basically skips that card. Basically just reshuffles. That is lucky. That said, lets him skip an extra turn. So I only have 7 turns left. I don't know what happens if they run out. Oh, no. I don't lose if he runs out of cards. I win. Okay. Well, that's not nearly as hard as I thought. By using focusing orbs, you basically add like 25 life onto Gravehold. You can't, rather. Interesting. All right, for Draxia, yeah. All right, she's got Spark, definitely casting that, 2 damage. I think she'll leave the Lava Tendril for now. I'll do 1 damage. Okay, and then it's got Prep Oblivion Swell. And then this is 8. Clouded Sapphire. I'll charge. Oh. And then her new cards are going to be Tourmaline Shard, Distance Theft. Planar Insight, Cloud Sapphire, Crystal. Nemesis. Minion, Avatar of Wrath. 16 life. That's a lot. And every turn Rageborne strikes. Oh man. Okay. Oh, I can do this with a player. Okay. So please don't be another Rageborne. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. He has nothing prepped. Focusing Orb. Focus. Flexing Dagger is going to reduce that cost from 4 to 1 to open. This is going to give me 6. I'm going to use 1 to open that breach. I'm going to bias and stuff. So now he has all 4 breaches open. Before I look at those cards, I think I'm going to use his special ability as well. So allies collectively gain 4 charges. So I'm giving her 2. He loses these 3, but gains 2 back. And then it lets me reveal turn order cards, Nemesis, 2, 1, and put them in any order. So I'm going to do okay. Yeah, this is very unnecessary. That's all right. Okay. So it's his turn again. He's going to prep Oblivion Swell. It's actually kind of good for them to be close to each other, but so this is worth 10, and she already has her charge. So Planar Insight and Oblivion Swell, or Lava Tundra for him. That's his last turn this round. And he's going to have Flare, Focusing Orb, Cloud Sapphire, and 2 crystals on his next turn. Right, and then for Draxia's turn. And I got to get rid of him. So I'm going to cast Oblivion Swell, which is 2 damage, plus 1 from the cast, so that's 3. And I'm going to sacrifice my Clouded Sapphire for 9 damage. I'm also going to cast Lava Tendril, which gets +1 for 4. So that's 13 damage. Leaving him with 3. Now I'm going to prep Essence Theft and Planar Insight. And I have 2 available mana. I don't even want to use it for the Flexing Dagger, I don't think. I don't really see the point. Yeah, I'm just going to waste it. So our next turn, she's going to get Essence Theft, 2 crystals, Focusing Orb, Crystwood Amber. Okay. So the reason I did this, uses ability. So now his Nemesis card is drawn. I don't want him to strike, so I'm going to use her ability. Cost me all 5 charges. Prevent any damage that the players or Gravehold would suffer during this turn. So he's going to strike. Gravehold suffers 5 damage. I get to ignore that. He also pulls a card. Doom Aegis. To discard, spend 7 power. Power 1. The player with the most charges suffers 4 damage and loses all of their charges. And he will activate that on his next turn. So not bad. Save 5 damage. There. And that could have been a lot worse. I have a good chance of getting rid of that. Although it's a pretty quick single. Okay. Yeah. All right. Essence Theft. 3 damage. Gonna kill the Avatar of Wrath. Thank you. And I'm also going to discard Crystal. Destroying 1 life. Cast Planar Insight. It's going to do 2 damage. +1 on cast, so that's 3. +1 for each breach, so that's 6. Bring him to 29. So, getting there. He's below half health. I'm still above half health. So, I'm feeling pretty good. And we're going to prep Essence Theft again. Focus Orb, we're going to destroy. Restoring 3 life to Gravehold. And then I have 3 power. I'm just going to use that for a charge. First player. Or Zaxos. Sorry, I'm getting a little... My throat's getting a little sore and tired. Okay, I don't have 7. That's unfortunate. Okay. So, Oblivion Swell. Yeah, I'm going to do the same thing. So Oblivion Swell, I'm going to cast this. It's going to do 2 +1, so that's 3. And then I'm going to discard my Clouded Sapphire. So that's going to do 9 damage. Bring him to 20. I need to speed this up. Then I'm going to destroy my Focusing Orb to restore 3 life to Gravehold. So boom, look at that. Gravehold has more life than Rageborne. And I'm going to prep my Flare with 2 crystals. I'm going to buy a charge. there's not really any point to add anything to my deck. I'm not going to get to it at this point. He'll just kill me before now. So his next turn, let's get Riskwood Amber, Focusing Orb, Essence Theft, Crystal, Riskwood Amber. Oh yeah. Oh, and I didn't do for Draxus. 2, 3, 4, 5. So she's gonna go next. Ugh. 4 crystals on a Lava Tundra. Gross. Okay. Cast Essence Theft. +1 from the Breach. It's going to do 4 damage. And then I'm going to get rid of the Crystal. Restore 1 life. I'm going to prep Lava Tendril. And then I'm going to use 3 to buy a charge. Nemesis. Okay. I was not able to get rid of Doomagus, so that activates. The player with the most charges, Zaxos, suffers 4 damage, bringing him to 1 life, and he loses all of his charges. Bad, but not awful. I'm feeling pretty confident I'm going to win this game. I'm going to draw a card. Unleash twice. Gives him 3, not enough for a strike. Grateful suffers 4 damage. Still has more life than the Rageborne. So, feeling pretty good still. Alright. Zaxos' turn. He's got Flare. I'll cast that. Only does 1 damage, +1 on the cast. So it drops into 14. What do we got? Essence Theft, we'll prep that. Focus Orb, we'll destroy that. Restore 3 life. Bring me back up to 22. Gravehold. And then this is worth 5. So I'll use that for 2 charges. Oop, sorry, I just punched the camera. Still see everything? Yeah, more or less. I think so. Okay. Yeah. So his next setup is going to be 3 crystals, Focusing Orb, and a Jade. Whatever. Not good. And it's Nemesis' turn. There's nothing active. Gather Darkness. Any player discards their discard pile on top of their deck, shuffles it, and then destroy the top 4 cards of their deck. Huh. Then unleashes twice. I'll have Zaxos do it, I guess. That's a strange one. Shuffles your deck. This one, I might luck out. I have so many crystals still and sparks since I only got rid of, what, 1 of them the whole game. So, technically she didn't get rid of any of them, so probably should have went with her, but whatever, it's fine. Okay. Riskwood Amber, destroyed. Focusing Orb, destroyed. Riskwood Amber, and Oblivion Spell. Yeah. Still not the end of the world. Okay, that's the end of that round. So, I hope you guys are enjoying the video so far. We're coming in close to 2 hours. Should be under 2 hours by the time we finish up. But, you know, this should take more like 45 minutes. I think it's just because a lot of it I'm reading out loud. This is my first time doing a video like this, so bear with me. It should get better over time. I should get a little bit more entertaining as well. All right, so new round, Nemesis. Let's see what happens. Reality Rupture. Power. To discard, discard 2 prep spells, cost 3 or more. Okay, I do have that. Power 1, unleash 3 times. It's actually not even that bad. Unleashing 3 times is not that big of a deal. It just means he's going to strike once. If I was playing on the higher difficulty, that would be different, because instead of discarding 3 Fury tokens every time he strikes, he only discards 1. So those 3 additional, he would strike 3 times on the higher difficulty. All right. Do I want him to? No, I want to prevent stuff if I can. So I'll discard both of these. And that destroys Reality Rupture. Because I just don't want to deal with it. And let's see what his new card is. Rageborne, minion. 14 life. Unleashes twice every turn. Not. The good news is the Nemesis went twice in a row to start the round. And he didn't do any damage. So I got 4 turns, essentially, to take that thing out. 1, 2, 3, 4. I forgot to give Rageborne her next hand. So she's going to get 2 Sparks, Lava Tundra, Clouded Sapphire, First Wind Amber. All right. Zaxos is going to go first. He's got nothing prepped. He's going to destroy the Focusing Orb. Give Greyfold 3 more life. Look at that. Back up to 25. Not bad. And then he has 5 power. I'm going to take 2. Focus. 2 charges. I want their special abilities up. Plus you don't get to prep anything, which is lame. Alright, so his next hand, he's got Sapphire, Flare, Essence Stuff, Spark, Crystal. Better. But Phyrexian is going to go first. She has nothing to cast, but she's going to prep Lava Tundra, 2 Sparks. And she's still got 5 available power. And it also grants him a charge. So with that 5, it would take so long for that to... Yeah, I'm just going to do 2 charges. Because that way his Sapphire will get her power up. All right. And then she's going to go again. Let's see what she gets. 2, 3, 4. Oblivion Swell. Oh, yeah, okay. Not bad. Yeah, I don't really need crystals at this point anymore. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to cast both Sparks. They both get +1. So that's 4 damage. Yeah, let's do it to the jagged one. I don't really... I'll leave Tendrils. So it's total 5 damage to him. I'm then going to prep Oblivion Swell. I'm going to hold on to my Sapphire so I can use it next turn with the Oblivion Swell. I'm going to spend 6. 1 for... Oh, no, I don't need to do a charge. And I'll get a Planar Insight. Not that I'm going to use it, but... Alright. And Zaxos. So we're going to prep, Flare, Essence Theft, Spark. And then he's got 4 power to use. And he's going to give her charge. And then out of that 4 power... Did I have 5? I don't think so. No, he's going to buy a charge for himself. And Flexing Dagger, I guess. So they both have their charges up now. Sweet. So, and a bunch of spells charged. So as long as either of them goes before him, I can rearrange the cards for the next round, and I should be good. So his next turn, Essence Theft, 3 crystals and a sapphire. It's decent. She's already got sapphire, so she gets 4, 2, 3, 4. Lava tendrils, another sapphire. That works well. Okay. So what we're hoping for is either a 1 or a 2. I got a 2 out of 3 shot of being able to probably win the game without him activating again at this point. But just to be sporting, I'm going to take out the Jagged one before I take out Rageborne. Boom. Yeah. All right. So, first things first. Flare. It's going to do 2 damage. Essence Theft. It's going to do 4 damage. So the total is 6. And I'm going to discard 1 for 1 life. And spark this one for 7. Jagged one is down to 2 life. I'm going to prep Essence Theft. And I'm going to use this special ability. Which, hey, look at that. It only cost me 1 charge point. Because she's already full. And I get to take the turn order deck. And reveal the cards in any order. So Nemesis is going to last twice. Yeah, 1, 2, 2, Nemesis. Sure. And then I still have 5 power. Here. So reactivate his charge. Oh, you know what? He's going to get that anyway. I'll take Oblivion Swell. That's not going to happen, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So his next cards, 2 sapphires, Lava Tendril, Planar Insight, Flexing Dagger. Not bad. Okay. Cast Essence Theft, 3 damage. It's going to kill Jagged one. So I do prevent him from doing anything. I'm going to prep an Insight, Lava Tendril, destroy for 1 damage. Now I have 6 power. I don't even need to do that. What do I get? I guess I'll buy Planar Insight. Fine. Two, 3, 4, 5. If he gets another turn, whoops. Jade, first one Amber, 2 more Jades, and a Flexing Dagger. So, I didn't realize how useless gems are later. So you do want to get them early. But I definitely didn't transition to spells early enough. you want, because once your breaches are open, they're open. It doesn't cost anything to play your spells. I'm not used to games like that. I'm used to there still being a cost. Like once you bought it, you bought it. So the set, you should really, if you, yeah, the charges have been nice, but oh, I just played this whole turn without, I didn't reveal a card. Yeah, so I already did that. Okay. So then, for Draxia's turn, let's see if we can win this. I'm going to Leash Lava Tendril. 3 damage. 10 damage. Oblivion Swell. 2 plus 1 plus discarding a gem for 6. 9 damage. Yeah. So that brings him to 1 life. Yeah, I won. All right. Prep Lava Tendril. And then I have 5 mana by Oblivion Swell, I guess. Or I'll buy Lava Tendril for the hell of it. And then next turn, sir, I don't even have to do anything. Not cast. I can cast or not cast. And I win the game. The Lava Tendril destroys the Rageborne. So that was pretty fun. I definitely got a little overpowered towards the end there. Neither of my players ever got exhausted, so they both still have life. Still have plenty of life for Gravehold. Still got a bunch of focus orbs, so I probably could have healed that up over 30 if this kept going. And I prevented quite a bit of it. And he only had 3 cards left. So his next 2 turns, unleash 3 times, and discard cards. Okay, wouldn't have killed me. Unleash twice, discard cards. Yeah. So, a couple things that I learned that I didn't really realize. Obviously, I made some mistakes. Again, still learning the game. And Rageborne, by the way, like this boss all these bosses have difficulty ratings, and the Rageborne, even though he's on the box art and he's scary looking, is considered a 2 out of 10. So he's basically the easiest enemy you could possibly fight. They just left open, I think, the possibility that, yeah, we could make something that's a little bit easier than him. But even, I don't know what he would be considered with the increased difficulty rules, but I would probably lose. I probably would have lost if I had been playing under those. So definitely a few things that I learned. Gems are great. You definitely don't need to buy them all. I really wish I had started using the destroy card from her early in the game. I could have destroyed probably 4 or 5 of those crystals, which would have saved me a lot of aggravation. And just kind of slow turns, getting things going. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. I got really lucky with my store. Things worked well together. I had stuff to open breaches and stuff that benefited from open breaches. My gems had 3 different price points that had 3 different real uses. Get stuff right. So that's nice. Both of the relics were basically 2 of the same thing, a weaker and a stronger version. But I liked them both. They worked well. I think these 2 players work really well together because he can reorganize the cards and kind of delay the Rageborne from attacking while charging her up, and then her charge allows her to negate the damage, which is super useful. I could even foresee in a proper combo where maybe he goes first, uses his ability, charges her up, tops her up. Or maybe they both are fully charged like this. He gets his first turn, uses his ability, reorders it to the Rageborne actually attacking next, and then him immediately after, so that he could. So his round, she used his first turn on the round. She uses her ability and negates everything, and then he uses his ability right after that to recharge hers. And then you give by having him go second. So he goes first, he goes second, he goes third, uses his special ability again, recharges her. Then she goes twice or whatever, and makes sure she's charged, and then she blocks his second turn completely. And you can absolutely negate him for the whole round. And if he doesn't do damage, It's fine. So that's really, really cool. Yeah, I like this game a lot. I'm definitely going to keep playing. So I'll probably shoot another video right after this. I'm going to take a little break, and I'll have 2 different mages and a different monster. Or I don't know what they're called. Nemesis, that's right. And we'll give it another shot. So if you made it to the end of this video, I did keep it just under 2 hours like I promised. I didn't promise it, but you're amazing if you made it to the end of this, and you're a glutton for punishment, because it can't be. I'm not that entertaining. But I hope you enjoyed yourself, and yeah, I hope to produce lots more content like this in the future. So thank you. God bless.